around that bubble though, Tottenham Hotspur. I know they've had a tumultuous 2021 season.
Yeah.
You know,
biggest ups and downs.
Where do we begin? Yeah, I mean, I'd put them up with like Chelsea, like high expectation last season.
Yep.
Obviously, you know, with Pochettino leaving and the coaching carousel that happened with Mourinho and who's the other guy? Who's our boy?
Espirito Santo.
Santo, yeah, Espirito Santo, and now with Conte and Harry Kane, his whole saga. Like, what a year Tottenham has had.
Yeah, it's been just the biggest roller coaster right now. If you're a Tottenham fan, you're in this situation where you're just trying to build a massive team. You know, you have your stadium that's been up for quite a while now, but obviously put a lot of money into the team to try and bring it to the next level. And the carousel of just managers, which I think if I'm a Tottenham fan, I think I can rest a little easy with that because I do think Conte is the guy right now. I really see him just being, their version of Klopp or Pep for their team. And now I think they just got to figure out the squad. In all fairness, you know, we were harping on Kane for the longest time. It's really good to see him kind of get back into a little bit of form. You know, he's been scoring some goals. He had a really good goal disallowed over, you know, this little break. But he's been playing well. You know, he's getting good positions. He's taking efforts on goal. He's being really optimistic going forward. So it's kind of good to see him getting back into it because for the longest time, he just looked like a player that wanted to leave, right? But honestly, with their goal differential, they aren't scoring a whole lot. You know, their goals against is at 20 goals against, which isn't the worst. Especially compared to Liverpool, who's just 2 behind them. Their issue is, I think, goal scoring, but I don't think it comes from their strikers. I think with Son and Kane, I think they're going to be fine. I think they just need an attacking midfielder that's going to create opportunities for them and just be another body for them going forward. That's not going to be just hanging around the midfield and just relying on Son and Kane to just deliver goals on what they produce. Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
No, that's what I was going to say. You know, I think back to what Santos said, I think Conte, you know, winning the title before taking over Chelsea when they were in a rough spot, I think it was a great move by them because it's kind of a similar position with Tottenham. Like they're in a similar spot and he can get the most out of his players. So he's going to be someone to really hopefully take this team to the next level. It's just a question, you know, I don't think with the squad they have now, they can compete for the title. Like obviously you can put question marks up against Conte all you want, but he has won the title before, which is huge. So it is a question, you know, can they build a squad with his system that can contend with the title? It might take a little bit longer, but you know, I think it is more so now a question of, you know, filling some gaps in the team rather than, you know, oh, let's look for someone else as a manager. You know, I think it's going to be another 3 to 5 year project at Tottenham. You know, hopefully by then they can win a major trophy, but it's obviously going to be tough as long as Pepper and Klopp are there. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's very similar to Arsenal and Arteta. Like you have a manager in line that's obviously really, really good, but you sorry, that was super distracting. Yeah, a manager in line that's obviously like world class. Kelly just came down with a sock and started waving it around like a penis.
Yeah. This isn't getting deleted from the pod. Just
no, we'll keep this one. That was funny.
Shout out to Kel for the distraction.
Super. I'll reenact it real quick. The sock, very distracting. Wow. Okay.
Thanks, Kelly. Love it.
With Antonio Conte at Spurs. No, it's very similar to Arsenal.
That waving the sock. Yeah.
Wave the sock. No, similar to Arsenal.
Get the YouTube guy do hashtag Arsenal wave
hashtag
the sock.
Sock dong.
Sock dong.
Anyway, no, it's very similar with Antonio Conte and Arteta, I think, where you have a manager in line who's going to have his system, and you need to have a club and a team and fan base rally around him and support him and understand it's going to take more than, just one season. Like it's not like Conte is going to come in here. Oh, sorry, it's not like Espirito Santo is going to come in here. Call him Nuno. It's not like Nuno was going to come in and be like the savior for Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't going to hop in the place and make them a contender right away. We mentioned before he was kind of down on their depth chart even of managers that they wanted. So they just kind of got their guy now, maybe with Antonio Conte, and it's going to take some time to get the team going, to get the players that he wants. He hasn't had a transfer season yet. He's going to have half a season right now, or half a month, to get maybe players that he wants to bring in. And I think they're also a team that kind of has holes and inconsistencies, right? I mean, you can pick and choose any team basically in the Premier League and have at least one or two holes in the side that where it says, okay, we would love to have a world-class player here, like insert name in this position. With Tottenham, I think it's a little more obvious that they do need a playmaker.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they had Christian Eriksen and they let him go to Inter.
Yeah.
And
that was a huge loss for them.
Oh, massive. And I remember I was watching the All for Nothing series with Spurs when Mourinho was there. And it was during the whole saga of Eriksen going to Inter. And they tried to keep him as hard as they could. They tried to keep him. They tried to restructure a new contract. It wasn't going the way that they wanted to, but that's the kind of guy you got to pay. Like, he's a once in a lifetime player for Tottenham. And we've seen time and time again, world-class players be involved in the club at Tottenham, and then they go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Modric, Bale.
Exactly. Yeah. And, Eriksen was super influential last season with Inter winning the Scudetto in Italy. And, I mean, he could have been like the player that imagine like a full season again with Eriksen, Son, and Kane up top, Lucas Moura on the wing. Like that's massive. That's deadly. And maybe they did think they had some guys like in the youth academy, like, Harry Winks or this like Skip guy. Maybe they thought they're kind of going to fill the void a little bit. Dele Alli was going to step up a little bit. He's kind of had a decline the last couple of seasons. But they still haven't filled that void. Yeah. And I mean, Conte's style is more defensive, so I don't even know if he's going to go out there and try and find a playmaker.
Yeah.
In the next couple transfers.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's who they're looking for with Winks and Skip and Holberg, where maybe they might try and develop into more attacking players, but it's one of those positions you're just that player. You don't really just
become that player. You are that player.
Yeah. So I think they have to go to the transfer market, find someone. I don't know who they're gonna get, but that's the key for them, I think. And I don't think they're going to have a lot of success in winning trophies unless they fill that void. Because I think everywhere else, I think they're solid enough. Obviously, if City's going to keep going on this run, you are going to have to get like extreme depth to your team if you want to compete with them. But that's, I think, the first spot they're going to have to look to get a playmaker in the number 10 role.